Yo, guys, this is Cobes, and this is the 416 interview.
So growing up in Brantford, Ontario, what was like your first experience delving into music and actually like creating a song?
Brantford was where I started all of this. It's where I found my artist name. It's where I started to grow my fan base, kind of understand what I wanted to do more with my music as I was going. Brantford was a big learning spot for me. Brantford is not super big. There's not a lot going on up there, so it was easier for me to stick out and because there wasn't too much competition or like other talents out there, but there were still a couple cool venues that I got to perform at, some nice crowds I got to perform at and just get my name out around there. So Brantford, I really do appreciate Brantford. It was a big learning spot for me, and it made it able for me to just see a vision to keep just growing, going to new places and just keep growing because I couldn't stop with just Brantford.
What's behind the name Uncle Cobes? What's the story behind that?
I got my name, yeah, while I was in Brantford. I got the name kind of before I was like rapping at the time. I got it from my uncle's weed actually. Yeah, there's some people that are in my family that smoke weed. My uncle is one of them. He grows a lot of plants as well, and just like amazing plants, like good stuff, and like big plants, like taller than backyard fences. But yeah, and he would always be generous and share with the family and stuff. At the time, yeah, he would give me some weed, and I would at the time, I would take it to school. I would just smoke with friends, all of that stuff. But they would always ask me, like, yo, what weed is this? What weed is this? And I'd just always be like, yo, it's Uncle's Kush. Yo, it's Uncle's, all of this stuff. Then eventually they called me Uncle Cobes. And I'm like, yo, that's low key tough. And then, yeah, that's kind of how the name was born from my uncle's weed. And he knows that too and everything. We get a good kick out of it. But yeah, Uncle Cobes, that's how I was born.
And as a student of like Fanshawe College's like music industry arts program, which is big all on its own, but how has your like time in this program kind of like shaped your music production as well as like the whole music aspect?
Moving to London, like even just moving in London in general, it's really shifted just my whole career, my thought, and just everything about music because it's a very music city as well. But Fanshawe alone, it has just upped my production, how I just hear things, how I see things, how and like the program that I have taken, it's just showed me to how like just show me how to do it all, and it's really helpful. Like I just feel more confident now after leaving that program with knowing how to use certain equipment, using how to just how to use boards, how to mix and engineer, how to record music and write songs. It has really opened my eyes to just a lot of that. I've met a lot of amazing people in that program, amazing profs, everything. I fully recommend the course. It's a great course. But yeah, no. MIA has really just made me just see what I want to see and do what I want to do even more.
You moved from Brantford, Ontario to London, Ontario, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
How has that like changed any kind of like aspect for you in music? Has it like opened doors for you in any kind of way as well?
Yes, it has opened doors. Yeah, because Brantford was like a good starting foundation, everything like that. It's a smaller city. London, it's not Toronto size, but it's still bigger than Brantford. It's all about steps. London also has a great music community as well, and just being there as well and just being active in the community. And when they see that, they really just have open arms for you, and they love to just welcome new artists as well, including rap as well, which is nice because sometimes some spots like to try and count out rap and everything like that. But London is really opening with that, and I really just got my name out there from just doing what I do, like networking, hosting parties to network as well, and just like dropping music, doing shows, going out to support other people in their shows as well, because support goes a long way as well when you show it to people and when you get it back. And London has done a lot for me, and I plan on still just being in the London scene, but also just going more to Toronto and everywhere else as well.
If you can move to any city in the world, what would you move to? What city would you move to in order to like enhance and like move up in, with your music and stuff like that?
For music, I've been saying this for a long time because I really want to do it. I want to move to New York. I would love to move to New York. Toronto is cool, but I would love to move to New York. I have family up there as well that also does music as well, and I have a couple friends and connects up in New York as well. So I would really love to go to New York. New York has a great music scene as well, and yeah, I would just love to just try and get out there, and yeah, it's more in the States as well. So yeah.
Pivoting back toward your music, how has it like evolved over the years?
My music, when I first started, it wasn't that good. It did take some time for me to grow, really understand it. Because at first, when I was just dropping music, I was kind of just dropping music without really thinking too much about the actual stuff itself. Like looking back on it now with all of the experience, knowledge, and stuff that I have, like when I look back on it, I'm like, I really just dropped just to drop music, but it also helped because it's also just all about consistency. Even nowadays, like there's artists that will drop bad music, but as long as you're consistent and like just getting yourself out there, that's all that matters at the end of the day. That's what I was doing, and now I can really say that my music has really just evolved in such a good way. My mixes and masters have got better because that's something that I really wanted to work on, with just having better production. And my flows have gotten better, my bars, everything like that, because I write more. I always just try to find out some new stuff, new niches that I'm just doing, and yeah, test the waters. But yeah, a lot of the time I'm just trying to make that new sound, like make something new that I haven't done before, and just make it sound better than what I did last, because it's all just about improvement.
Speaking of like you talking about your experiences and the lessons you've learned over the years, what's been like the piece of advice that someone's given you, whether it be an artist or producer, someone in the music industry, that's kind of stuck with you?
I've gotten a lot of good advice from people and everything like that, and a lot of it has stuck, just from people that I've met in the music industry, from my program, and just from outside of my program as well. If it's going to camps, just like listening stuff like that and everything. But there was one that I did get on a piece of paper that I do have right here. It's a piece of paper from these people that set up shows in London, and they also do other stuff like big A&R people and everything. They're really dope. But like the first thing was like that it says on this piece of paper was, Cobes, you got that hustle, and stay connected, keep doing what you're doing, everything like that. And I keep it by me just because it just reminds me that like when I'm down and like kind of just going through some stuff, or don't feel super, positive, or just struggling, it's always nice to just look at that note and just see that, Cobes, you got the hustle. It's nice to see that people do like recognize me, because sometimes I feel like, some people don't recognize me, but seeing that note, it's always helpful, because then it reminds me, yeah, there's always someone watching, and that's how the music industry is. So you never know.
Yeah, was it lighter juice?
No, it wasn't. No, it was these. It's these people that do these shows. Like they're called Venue by Venue, and like they do like a bunch of different showcases. They're really cool people, but they're also really connected as well. So that's why it really meant something from them. Yeah.
How has like social media and in specifically like platforms like SoundCloud and Instagram contributed to your like growth as an artist?
SoundCloud, Instagram, all of those social medias, they have really helped out and everything like that. Also, just other just blogs and pages that post me as well on the internet and on Instagram. It's really helpful. And it's a really helpful platform. SoundCloud is where I got my start from. So I would always just post on SoundCloud before I was doing Apple Music, Spotify, everything like that. Just building a platform on there. And SoundCloud is really great. All of the platforms are really great. I don't really have any problems with anything. Except for like some like distribution things, but like besides that, all of the platforms that really helped me, and like just Instagram I would say the most for sure, just because you can just reach so many people on that, in group chats, all of those things. So yeah.
Is there like a key moment that you can think of where like your trajectory like just went up, like it went like vertical at some point in social media or not?
Yeah, I would think a moment was when I dropped Kryptonian. Kryptonian was, well, even just before I dropped Kryptonian, there was a lot of hype building around it because I was doing a lot of TikToks for it. I was doing a lot of Instagram videos, music videos, just doing the most to promote the song. It's a good song. It still gets a lot of views to this day. It has over 20K views. It's like my highest song. And it really set a bar, and it really made me just be like, oh shit, I gotta like do this again. I gotta keep this going and everything, because everyone was tuning in, everyone was loving that song. So everything started. I started looking at everything different when Kryptonian like dropped. Yeah.
Thinking long term now, bro, where do you kind of see yourself in 5 years?
I'll definitely still be Unk, so that's one thing. But in 5 years, I definitely see myself still working in the music industry, even if it's my craft or not. I still see myself working in the music industry, working with artists. If it's like A&R route, if it's like just marketing, if it's songwriting, producing. I just really just love working with artists as well, and like just being a part of songs and processes, even if I'm in the behind the scenes, which I have done quite a bit in studios as well. So I see myself going down that route still, and still just staying in the music industry. Yeah, music is plan A, and it's the only plan.
If you could give advice to your younger self who was just starting off in music, what would you tell him?
I would tell him keep going. Definitely, if I'm going back in time, I'm telling him to switch up some stuff, like just with like programs, get better stuff. And also, I would also just encourage too, like consistency is good, but I would want to say just take some time to kind of figure out a sound, a little bit more of the fundamentals before you just get to rapid firing. But that's kind of all I would say. Everything else I would say pretty much went well. I would just work on the craft a bit more and then get into it, because it took me some time to really just learn it to be how I am today with knowing what I know. Plus even I'm still always learning. We're always students in the music game. So, yeah, that's what I would have told my younger self.
Not everyone has gone into college or university for music and stuff like that. Would you encourage other people to like go to these programs within these institutions, or just go off on your own, try to figure this out?
Like, there's a lot of people that have not went to school and have just figured it out and have been super successful. Even I have one friend that was in the same program as me. He dropped out and now he's signed to an indie label, which is also a branch off of Universal Music, and he does all of these cool things without being in the music program. And I know a lot of other cool people that haven't been in that program as well. I do also know some talented people that have been in the program and that have been to other music programs such as like Metalworks, different types of camps and everything like that. So I wouldn't say like you need school, for what you want to do, but you definitely need some type of knowledge. You need further knowledge. If someone thinks that they could learn it all just from what they do, then that's crazy because they really can't. If you go to like camps, if you just even just learn online, even if you read books or something like that, some type of knowledge is better than nothing and it's what will help. So you don't need school, but you need knowledge on what you want to do if you want to get further in the music industry, for sure.
And circling back to you, man. Um, Let us know what you got coming out. What are you working on? Projects, albums, single coming out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I got a lot of new stuff. I recently dropped a song called Lisa. It's a pre-single off of my EP. My EP is called Green Spotlight. It's going to be dropping hopefully at the end of the month, end of April. So I'm gonna have some new music for the show as well. It will be all ready. I'm gonna be playing my new EP at the show. Yeah. I got some sick producers on there, some sick artists, some cool features on there. And yeah, like it's gonna be something short, but it's gonna be short and sweet, and then it's just gonna be nothing but consistency and singles all throughout the summer. And yeah, a lot of content, a lot of videos, a lot of just great music.
Swear we walking dogs that bite the thing. My diamonds, I used to glow in the dark.